Saral Vaastu presents series of talks explaining the concepts of Saral Vaastu. Today's topic is Saral Vaastu applicable only for owned property or rented property, or for both? A very common question asked by many people that awakens their curiosity. We would like to emphasize here. Any person who lives in a rented property or conducts business in or from a rented property, doesn't he stand a chance of doing well in his business or living a happy and prosperous life in his rented home? Then there is another angle to this situation. Have people not prospered who do not own a house or live in rented properties throughout their lives? Taking the suitable example of a cosmopolitan city like Mumbai, where people from all over the country and even from all over the world migrate for employment or other reasons from their villages or countries. They do not immediately have access to a house, as it is highly impossible for them to buy a house immediately. They invariably look for rented properties and slowly build up reserves to buy themselves a house. Many people have prospered living in a rented accommodation. An elderly gentleman from Karnataka came to consult on Vastu related defects and issues in his house. He had rented out his ground floor and was living on the first floor. He wanted to know whether he had to look at Vastu solution for the entire building or that of the first floor where he was staying. He was advised that since the ground floor has been leased out, the Vastu defect in that portion of the property would have an impact on the person's life and property who had taken it on lease or rent, even though he is the actual owner of the premises. Moreover, if the Vastu of the ground floor determined by the date of birth of the head of the family is found to be suitable and favorable for the person staying on lease, it would definitely bring prosperity and riches to his family. The owner incidentally mentioned that the family that had leased his ground floor were ordinary people when they came in, but slowly acquired wealth and prosperity. This narration proved to be an eye-opener for everybody. Isn't it strange how someone builds a house, another lives in it, and yet someone else prospers from its Vastu? So whether a house is rented or owned, it is the overall environment prevailing in the house or establishment that matters and leads to prosperity. Hence it is very essential that the Vastu of the house should be set according to the breadwinner of the household. It has to suit all those who live in it but dependent upon the breadwinner's finances. It goes without saying that it can be applied to both owned and rented properties. Thank you for listening.